This video is created especially for the Pumpkin Palooza 2025 collab, which is hosted by Angela over at the Inquisitive Farm Wife. Thank you, Angela. This is a great collab. I'm really happy to be able to take part in this. I went to the farmer's market and I got these 2 small sugar pie pumpkins to make for this video. But if you don't have any pumpkins and you've lost your food stamps for the month, like most everyone else, I've got a great idea. I do this every year. I go to my local Buy Nothing page and I post an ad that looks something like this. I would love an uncut pumpkin. They are edible. In the past, I've ended up with 3 to 5 pumpkins. Now this year, nobody's getting food stamps. So if you've got a family to feed and you're one of those people, this is a great way to get some food to fill up your family. Okay, the first thing I want to point out is this beautiful cutting board that I won on the September challenge. Oh, we do have a little scratch here. I didn't think I did. I washed this pumpkin and now I'm going to cut it. I was told to cut it next to the stem. Don't try to cut through that stem. So I don't have a really sharp knife. I do have one, but I don't think it'll work for this. But this is doing fine. Now we got a lot of seeds. Now I saw somebody that used, the little inner ring. I mean, not the ring, but the other part to scoop it out. So I'm going to give it a try here. I need something to put my seeds in, and I brought all these other containers, but I could see where that little scraper thing would work. That is not sharp enough. I'm going to use a spoon. So here's where we're going to put the strings and the seeds. Now I plan to ferment these seeds in a bottle, and I will be having them on my regular Tuesday afternoon seed giveaway. So if you want free seeds, be sure to see my channel on Tuesdays. I'm going to put out a video and I will give you 10 types of seeds to ask for. One person will win one packet of seeds. I'm going to have 10 different varieties, so you could win 10 different varieties of seeds. And I'll do a drawing on the following Monday, but I will upload it on Tuesdays. Now that we've got that out, maybe we can just get the last of the stringy stuff out with this. Yeah, that works pretty good for that. It's the perfect shape for it. So I think I should do a giveaway. I am going to count the seeds, but I want you to guess how many seeds are in here. Whoever guesses the closest without going over will win $10. These pieces will go into soup or pumpkin puree. I'll chop them up later. Cut a bunch of slices off of this piece. Oh, look at all the seeds I got. How many do you think are in there? The one who guesses closest without going over will win $10. So leave your guess in the comment below. And while you're at it, if you want some seed, type in #seeds and somebody will win a pack of seeds. I'll announce the winner or the winners on a video next Wednesday November 5th. Good luck! I'll be using a comment picker to pick the winner. Then on Wednesday, November 5th, I'll post a video telling who won. In case of a tie, the comment picker's choice rules. The lucky winner will have 72 hours to send me an email with their mailing address, or I'll choose another winner. Well, here's my seeds. How many do you think there are? Cover up the jar and give it a shake. So first we're going to just clean these off as good as I can, and then I'm going to rinse these. The first thing I'm going to do is thinly slice the skin off of this chunk. And this will be going in my compost. Could probably get more if I do it this way. These little chunks, I'm going to be cutting those up for some soup. When I cut the first pumpkin, here is it. Look how thick I cut the end off. I cut it into fries and then cut the skin off. In this one, I cut the skin off, and look at the difference in the thickness. First one, second one. Cut the skin off first. Look at all the fries, pumpkin fries I got out of that. I probably will be freezing some. Plus, I've got this whole container that I'm going to chop up for soup and puree. I'll puree some of the pieces, but if I've got big enough chunks, oh, that ain't going to work. I want to be able to put the lids back on these. So I'm going to keep these in the refrigerator, and I'm going to take a nap for a while. Then I'm going to come back and I'll chop these up after I have my French fries breaded and in the oven. So I've got these Rice Krispie or Crispy Rice cereal that I got from the food bank. It is gluten-free. So I'm going to crush them up for breadcrumbs. I've got a Ziploc freezer bag here. I'm going to use a 1 gallon bag this time. And let's start by putting 2 cups of this crispy rice in here. I've got a 1/2 cup measure here. Use my rolling pin to crush them up a little bit. Okay, they're pretty crummy now. So now let's add some seasonings. We have garlic powder here. I'm using a 1/4 teaspoon, but I'll add it twice because I want a 1/2 teaspoon. Sprinkle it in, that'll kind of mix it up. We'll add some salt, and we'll have a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. Let's give it a little shake here. It doesn't seem like enough. I might need to be making more, but we'll see how it goes. Now you could use a beaten egg for this part, but I'm allergic to eggs. So I'm going to mix some chickpea flour and water. A 1/2 cup of chickpea flour. And we will have a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. A 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. A 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. And a 1/4 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. Now I usually put pumpkin pie spice into something sweet, but this is going to be kind of savory. Let's have a little bit of baking soda. Give it a mix. And we'll add a little bit of cold water. We're going to add a 1/2 cup altogether, but let's get it kind of mixed up together first so we don't have it too lumpy. Don't taste this because it's not going to taste good. If you have a hand blender, that would probably work the best, but mine broke, so I'm going to make do with what I have. It's about the consistency of eggs. And it kind of works better. It gets really crispy. If I could have eggs, I would still use chickpea flour. Put a cap full of real lemon in there and make it a little fizzy. So we'll start with some big ones. Dunk it in there. Once we get a little the wet in it, throw it into the breadcrumbs and place it on a cookie sheet. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. And here they are, all ready to go into the oven. It's already set for 400 degrees, and I'll leave them in for 30 minutes. It works better to use a fork to dunk it, and then lift it up and tap it to let it drip a little bit. Then I just toss it into the breadcrumbs and shake it up till they get coated. And then I'll put them in the air fryer. Now that my air fryer basket is full, I'm going to heat them up at 400 degrees for 15 minutes, then flip them over and heat them up for another 15 minutes. Well, here we are, the air fried pumpkin fries. Can you hear that crunch? They're really soft inside. So good. The thing is, pumpkin fries get a little soggy when you air fry them. But the breading of the Rice Krispies, it's nicely seasoned. That adds a little crunch. A little warm. You can barely taste the pumpkin spice, but it does add a nice flavor. Yeah. Gotta try these. Now type in hashtag PumpkinPalooza2025 and check out the other videos. Thanks again for hosting this great collab, Angela.